The products I've chosen for today's layout, these are all going to be for an August month in review page. And I printed out this photo collage grid that I shared a tutorial for on 2Ps yesterday. You can find it on the Garden Girl blog, and I'll share a link also in this projects post in the Designer Garden. So it's going to be another month in review page, and I decided to kind of go bright and colorful for the summer theme. I've also already pre-printed my journaling, which simply is a description of each of my photos on a sheet of vellum. And my thinking for this was, I want this sheet of Bella Boulevard Family Dynamics paper to be for my journaling, and it's kind of got this really tiny light blue grid print on white, but I felt like my journaling still might not show up quite as good printed just on this. So with the vellum on top, that will kind of mute that grid a little bit, but you'll still see the design behind the vellum. So this is one of the papers that I picked to use. A lot of the papers are from this Bella Boulevard Family Dynamics collection. Another paper, I guess we'll go with the Family Dynamics first. I've already used part of this. It's a little red paper with a teeny tiny white polka dot. I really like this one. A beautiful stripe on the back, but I'm going to go with the red design paper. This one is their borders, and I think I'll use a couple of the borders from here. The floral, the We Are Family, this nice royal blue, maybe even the red. So a few of these little border strips up here. On the other side is a really lovely pink. We're not going to use that today. Then I'm going to use this yellow design. And this yellow design has like a little orange kind of asterisk on it. On the other side is a really pretty bright floral. I think I'm going to go with the more muted tone for this because I'm just using little strips of a paper. And then this stripe is from a different Bella Boulevard collection. This is the Sunny Happy Skies. And on one side is a really cute yellow cloud print, but I am going to be cutting this into small strips. So I think I'm going to be using this stripe here. And I love how their different collections often coordinate in color. So I have this one and one more. This is from their Sophisticates collection. Really nice. Most of these have like tone on tone, but they also have these great ones, and this is a really nice bright polka dot. So I'm going to use that. The other side has cute little journaling cards as well. So really fun things there. And then I also thought that this Doodlebug petite print paper would look really cute with these. You can see here how they coordinate nicely with the colors in the Bella Boulevard collection. And then for my base of my page, I've chosen some black and some white American Crafts cardstock. For the embellishing, I pulled some of the Family Dynamics cardstock stickers, and these are really nice heavyweight cardstock stickers. And I might use one or two of these. This is another set. I think I'm probably going to use a couple of these small little word stickers here. You see I've already used a couple. These are really lovely stickers. I really like these. Maybe even this large one here. And then I wanted to use this sticker. This is from the Sunny Happy Skies, an older Bella Boulevard collection. And I'm going to use this Walking on Sunshine sticker. And last, I have some chipboard shapes that coordinate with the Family Dynamics, and I might use a couple of these on my page as well. I have pre-cut my title using the silhouette, and I did use that cloud paper and then some black cardstock for the outline. I have that, and I also have the word fun, so August fun. So we are ready to get started. The first thing I did was cut about 1/4 of an inch off of this white piece of cardstock to mat it on to the black. And it didn't quite have a wide enough border, so I went ahead and cut just a teeny tiny little bit off each side just to give that black border a little bit wider base. Next, I cut the border paper from the Family Dynamics Bella Boulevard collection into strips, and I decided to use this floral strip and also the yellow strip that says "We Are Family." And then I wanted the royal blue strip, and I thought the touch of green would be nice for the layout, so I'm going to go ahead and just trim those apart, and I'm going to use the green as well. Then from my other pattern papers, I'm going to cut an inch strip from those, or approximately an inch strip. Like the polka dots here ended up being just a tiny bit wider than 1 inch. I'm going to cut an inch from the stripe and from the Doodlebug paper as well. Also from this yellow and orange Bella Boulevard paper. And then I'm just going to kind of lay out what I have just to see. And I'm not really doing this neatly or anything like that. I'm simply just laying them out to see what I have and what I might need more of. And then I'll lay my photo strip there, sorry for the glare, just to kind of get an idea of how it's looking. I'm also going to trim this We Are Family border to approximately 10 inches. I didn't want to cut through any of the design, so I kind of trimmed it so that it would fit there. Now I've trimmed my journaling on the vellum plus that grid paper, and I just rounded the corners. Now that I have my pattern paper strips here, I am going to cut those all down to 10 inches. They're going to fit in the middle of my page. I'm just piecing together a pattern paper strip background. It's one of my favorite things to do. Sometimes I cut my papers at angles or different things like that, but for this I thought just straight on paper strips would look nice. Especially, I kind of wanted them to coordinate with the 1 inch squares in the photo strip. They don't exactly line up, but it's pretty close. And you can see I did cut another wider 1 inch green strip from one of the coordinating Family Dynamics papers. But I didn't share that at the beginning of the video. I went back and got it later because I thought I needed just a little bit more green in with the rest of the design. Now I'm simply just adding adhesive and adhering my pieces to my background. And then I decided that that green maybe wasn't quite where I wanted to put it, so I'm just going to peel it off for now. I was lucky it didn't tear anything when I pulled it up. I was kind of afraid it might. Now this polka dot strip is just a little bit wider than 1 inch, so I just used one of the other strips to kind of make sure that I had it tucked underneath that red strip so that it was about 1 inch wide. Again, I'm going to hold off on that royal blue strip because it's a little bit thinner than the others. And then I'm going to layer it on top. I wanted to kind of break up the monotony of the strips in the background by adding some different varying widths of pattern paper strips. So you can see how it's kind of coming together. Makes it a tad bit more interesting, I think. Again, just using some of my other pattern paper strips to make sure I get them all relatively the same width. And there is my background all pieced together. Adds a really fun, bright, and interesting background. Now for the vellum, I added adhesive just on the bottom part that's going to be tucked underneath the photo strip because you can't see the adhesive that way. And now I'm just simply laying out some of my other elements to make sure I like how it's looking. I did machine stitch around the entire pattern paper border. You can't see it very well. It just kind of adds a nice finished look in real life. Now I'm adding a sticker from one of the cardstock sticker sheets. And then I will adhere this pattern paper strip right on top of it, just leaving out that tiny little scalloped edge. Then I'll tuck that behind my photo strip and adhere it in place. I did machine stitch around that as well. There you can see a little bit closer up of the machine stitching, excuse me, around the pattern paper border. It kind of just encases it or kind of gives it a nice finished edge. I applied some spray adhesive to the back of my die cuts. These again are from the Silhouette Studio online store, made specifically for the silhouette. And I've used this outline style for all my other month in review pages, so I like to continue that. Even though the pages aren't the same, I like to kind of keep some consistency. I thought I might use some of these chipboard shapes, so I took one out, and then I decided that wasn't really quite what I wanted to do. I'm going to grab my sticker and adhere it there to the top of my page. And I decided to punch a couple of clouds using the Fisker's Cloud punches. I'm going to layer some of those. Punch a red one here. I'm going to layer that on that grid paper one, just for a fun look. And then I'm going to mask off part of this date sticker with a sticky note and stamp the date with a office supply date stamp. Then I'm going to tuck my date sticker right there underneath that border. Always like to have the date somewhere on my pages. I've made a real effort to do that because I look back at some of my older pages and I didn't date them. It's hard to remember maybe when I did them or when the event took place. Now I just punched a teeny tiny heart using a Stampin' Up punch and layered a clear Stampin' Up button over it, and then I just tied or secured it with some string. I'm going to apply some foam adhesive dots and adhere that to my page. Put a little bit more foam adhesive on the other cloud. Adhere that one. And then down here by my title, I'm going to go ahead and adhere the last one. And I'm simply going to sew that button in place and then adhere it like I did the other clouds. Finally, I'm adding just a couple of little phrase stickers from the Bella Boulevard cardstock sticker sheet. And that is it. For more information on this layout, plus the tutorial for how to create the photo collage or grid in Adobe Photoshops, please visit 2peasinabucket.com on March 30th, 2011. Thanks for watching.